how are we all doing this evening? With me once again is my forever ferocious, my farmer in crime,
He said
Mr. Tubb. How are we
ferocious.
doing, Tubbs?
I'm ferocious. I'm ferociously sitting here.
Ferocious. How are we doing, Mr. Tubbs?
Doing pretty good. Ready to get started and do some more farming.
That's what I like to hear. I like the part when you said getting ready to do some farming, but look at we will go from there. Okay, guys, once again, you're joining us again on Osina. Okay, where we left last night. Okay, so for anyone who joined us last night, we hope you join in again. Where we left last night was we had just finished up with the cows. So I think what the plan for today is we are going to do a few contracts. We're going to get a bit more money in, and we're going to buy another combine harvester. So we will have two of them there. The reason why we're going to keep on two is if we do get double contracts, and once we start building joint fields altogether, we will need to have a bigger combine. But if we get two combines, we can get the jobs done just as quick.
Yeah.
So Tubbs, what are you there? So what are we actually going to be doing tonight? What exactly are we heading to go and try and get chickens in? Are we going to head, or are we going to try and finish off our yard also, or are we going to try and get maybe sheep or something on along with?
So we've already got chickens. We've already got cows. The only other animals that we like is sheep and pigs. So it's something we can work towards too, but I think the harvester would probably be the first thing that we need to work towards too, and maybe working some contracts. Like we've got some fertilizing contracts that pay out pretty big. We got 33 for $8,000, field 26 for $6,200. Let's see if there's any harvesting in here. There's another $4,900 fertilizing contract. And y'all, sorry about the baby. Got the grandbaby over. She's not happy.
You're scaring me.
I am just going to say it is out now, okay, guys? That is not me crying in the background.
It is, but we're okay with that. No, thank goodness there's no sugar beet harvest. So, but we've got, I think we got several things here that we could do. Especially these fertilizing contracts, and what we could do, since we've already got a fertilizing rig, we could borrow the equipment and get it done faster, especially like 33, which is $8,000. And well, 33 is a pretty good size field. We could do 2 and get that one done. So I don't know. Sky's the limit. Whatever you want to do, because none of our fields are ready. Let's see. Nope. 46 is looks like second stage of growth. So we got a ways to go. So there's a lot of other things we need to pick up on.
What contract are you going to jump on that?
I say we pick up 33 first, because it pays the most, and let's go from there.
Yeah, I'm with you. So you lead the way, and I'll be there.
All right. So I'll borrow the equipment, and it'll be at the shop.
Just 1 second. We're saving as always happens to us. Right. Okay. So.
Yep. So 33 is there, and then I'll grab the. Yeah, well, it gave a sprayer for that one. Unless you want to use this, I'll go use the sprayer. It doesn't matter to me.
I will let you use the sprayer for one reason. It's your Veltra.
Okay, we'll do it. I'll put my.
I know how you feel about Veltras. So.
I do like Vultras. They're not a bad little tractor, is what you would think. They're pretty fancy smancy. Oh, that baby is not happy at all. Not happy at all.
Best sound in the world.
Yeah, except when you're trying to sleep. Yeah, she's really pissed. She is really pissed. Okay, so I guess I'll go around the other way. field 33. It's but it's broken into 2 different pieces, so or 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's right here beside us, so it's not too bad.
First crash of the night, so that looks good. Second crash of the night. Let's see. Okay, let's go for 4. So, everybody that's joining us here, welcome back again. Chris and I were on yesterday, and we were here on Osina, and we got to talking, and I think it's a little bit my fault, but I wanted to do a continuation of Osina from last night. We kind of got things rocking and rolling here, and I want to do a continuation and kind of get us a little further along. For some of you may not have been on here, but and I overshot my turn. For the ones that were not on here last night, we ended up cleaning out the trees just beyond field 48 and got enough for us to clean it up to where we could start adding maybe a second or third or fourth or whatever we want placeable. And then we were able to do a couple of contracts in the process. And lastly, what we ended up doing was we harvested some of the grass and turned them into hay bales and silage so that we could get the cattle going. And end result was we got some cattle going. So I think we got, 10? 10? Yeah, 10 cattle?
10, yeah.
10? So we're really moving along pretty good. Oh, she is not happy. All right. I got 1,500 liters. I think I can get that. No, probably not spraying.
And I'm not watching what I'm doing. I went straight off the field, naturally. So,
I'm trying to figure out why the trigger's not working very good on this right now.
Let me just see. You are manager. Yes, you are. So everything should be okay for you.
I'm taking it off for right now and see if I can get it to load.
So as what Tubb was saying earlier on, okay guys, so I'm just going to fill everybody in on my side. So as Tubb said here yesterday, what we've done on this map, and normally we would actually change the map and go on to a different map, but Tubbs forgot what we done last night, and so we asked to do this one, I'm doing this one. And tomorrow night we will be on a different map, so don't worry. But I'm saying that today, because we got the cows all done yesterday, so the job for today is to get a bit more money in for contracts where we can actually upgrade our equipment, where we're going to buy another combine harvester. Then we're also going to look into extending our yard with part of the field 48 where Tubbs actually cleared all the trees away yesterday. So we're going to extend the farm there with 1 or 2 sheds once we get the money for it. We're also then going to look into, I think it's sheep. We're looking into getting the sheep pen, isn't it?
Yep. Oh man, the lag is killing me.
So what we're doing at the moment is we are doing a contract. Okay, it's a fertilizer contract on field 33. And you said it was in 2 parts.
Yeah, three parts. Yeah, 3 parts.
It's in 3 parts.
Yeah, 3 parts.
Right, so how do we get into the second part and the third part?
Have you already fertilized up here?
Yeah, okay, I got down here. So I'm doing the second part here then, no worries.
Alright, I'll go down to the third part.
Yeah, that's one thing about this map, guys. It looks like there's a lot of fields, but there isn't, because some fields are split into 3, into 4, which makes it a little bit impossible. So when you plant, you're going to have 3 different kind of plants, or you can have the same plant in one field, but it'll be in 3 different parts. And there's a bit of a high rise up here.
Oh yeah. It's elevated from that position.
Yeah. Major.
Yeah.
So this is one field we can't make into one big field.
No, you cannot unless you terraform. Oof, that baby is upset.
Yes, guys, and once again, I'm letting you all know that is not me, okay?
No, that's my grandbaby.
It probably will be later on when we start making mistakes, but for the moment, it's not me. Right, guys, just also let you know, okay? Toes was telling me earlier on that there's a storm brewing on his side of things, so if that happens and he gets booted, we will. I got a frog in my throat again. My God.
You've been catching those a lot.
A lot. It's either the frog trying to catch the fly, or the fly's gone in, and I'm trying to catch the fly myself. But but as I was saying, okay, so if it happens that Tubbs gets kicked, the broadcast will be cut short. So just let you know that there. So.
Which we're doing good so far, so maybe we won't have to worry about that. But set aside from that, thanks for everybody joining in. Make sure to check out our channels. You got the Chris and Tubbfarmer show here. Tubbfarmer myself. I got my channel. And my farm buddy here, Chris Larkin. Make sure to go check us out. Make sure to smash that like button. Pound off on that subscribe button. We also have a farming community where PlayStation 4 console players. Our farm community is Superior FS Farming, and make sure to join us. But above all things, hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Make sure to check out our community and join our community if you like our content and material that's finished.
That's it.
I'm about to take that to her head. He's doing a lot.
Save.
Yeah, I saw that.
Crying.
Alright. So we're good?
Save.
Yeah,
Okay,
you got it.
So field 26, we might as well do fertilizer when we're here for $6,000.
Oh, yeah, so you have to rent the equipment so I can get over to it?
Do you know something? Because we have a lot of fertilizing jobs here, right?
Hmm?
Do you want to go and buy? Do you want to buy another one, the same one we have?
I didn't think you would ever ask.
So just go get another one of these.
Yeah, no worries.
In fact, what I'll do is I'll get it for you, because last time we done this, you didn't do it at 23 meters, was it?
Your vote of confidence is overwhelming.
It is. The way I look after you. That's just...
In as much as that I want to go Irish style on you.
Alright, let's order ready for you to do so.
Yeah, we can make that back.
Right, so 26, we can go for...
Plus, I feel more comfortable in my tractor.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, there's 9 fertilizer jobs here, so...
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. I'll have to go fill up with fertilizer before I can get up to you.
Yeah. So
Well, and actually, honestly, owning 2 of these would be kind of nice, because one of them you could set aside in the meantime when we're not doing fertilizer contracts, and it can hold the lime, and that way you're not switching back and forth all the time.
Yep,
So,
I agree.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. Not a bad. Are you in the water?
Nope.
What'd you do?
Oh, come on. I don't know back in the 80s if you remembered the TV called TJ Hooker, or the Fall Guy, Lee Major. Fall Guy?
I wasn't born yet, so no, not really.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I remember.
Coming out of the field, I done one of his stunts. So instead of the car being up on two wheels, my tractor went up on two wheels and then went onto a side.
Yeah.
And now I am fairly stuck here.
That's too funny.
Come on.
I don't know why I try to miss this turn every time. Every time I almost miss this turn.
Yeah. So,
I'll be there shortly. Yep.
Is there any way you... Oh, no, wait, I got it. Now, guys, I know myself and Tubb said we play realistic, and this is not realistic. What happens when you turn over to your side and you just keep going forward and back and turn the wheels and you flip yourself up? In real life, tractors don't do that unless they're transformers.
Depends on how you look at it. I think it's realistic.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So what field did you pick for us, this go-round?
26.
I gotta look and see where that's at. 26 is up. Oh, up there. Okay, not too far. Yeah. And I'm heading that way. Heading that way.
I'm a jump from a tall bridge. I can't remember that song now. Fuck.
Thank God. 26, he says. 26. Heading that way. 24. Looks like 26, and you started on that edge. So we'll go the opposite side. No worries.
So as we do, man. As we do. We farm. We stunts. We talk. We have everything.
No worries. Yeah, we got this thing.
And so, speaking of that, guys,
I agree.
if this is the kind,
Exactly.
if this is the kind of if this is the kind of gameplay you like, where you see two guys having a banter, having a mess, making mistakes that are life, this is the place to be. Because we do not do time lapses, we don't jump cut, we don't do nothing like that. So what you see happens. We don't delete it. It happens before your eyes. We don't cut nothing out. If we don't edit it, we broadcast and then we upload. It's as simple as that.
Well, the truth be told,
kind
I do some editing. He doesn't.
Yeah, I don't have to, because I am that kind of person where just let what you see happens.
Easy, Superman.
So, if this is the kind of gameplay you like, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, so much so it will get a restraining order against you. But if this isn't your kind of gameplay and you like people doing unrealistic things in farming, there are YouTubers out there that do that. So you can go watch DJ Goham, who he's an entertainer. Let's just say that he kind of cheats in really weird mods and stuff, and he just goes all out with these crazy ass mods like 100-meter combine headers that can do the whole field in one swipe. If you're looking for survival role players who plays without the likes of rules and stuff like that, or with rules and stuff, go and check out
We're done.
or
It's
Virtual
finished.
Farmer.
It's finished.
If you like the gameplay where you're more informative, where instead of field 29 now, buddy. So instead of two guys who do what we do, where we actually farm the land, and you'd rather have someone who kind of does a contract kind of role play, gameplay, go and check out Mr. CDP. He's very informative. But
or you can
like
check us out.
Or us, exactly. That's what I was about to say next. Or if you want, and this is the kind of gameplay that you like, where you want to see contracts and you want to see people actually work the land from start to finish, and just having a banter and get to know us, and we talk among ourselves, and we are really, really good friends, and it comes across. Then stick with us. Put in the comment there in the comments. And we'd love to hear from you. We'll have a banter with you. We'll interact with you.
I'd say stick with us anyway. I think we're good.
Stick with us.
Yeah.
Yes, stick with us.
You want some realistic farming, no hiring workers or cheat mods or anything like that. We're your guys.
My daughter. Too late. I'll probably be honest sometime to be nosy.
What you doing down here?
I'm going back my way. Thank you very much.
Well, I appreciate you getting in my way.
No worries, buddy. No worries. That's what teammates do.
Uh-huh.
Plus, for some reason, I'm looking ahead of myself at the stage.
Yeah.
That's what happened when I was coming back, and I decided to become a stuntman rather than a farmer, and I was up on two wheels.
I think you were better off as a stuntman than a karaoke singer. That's just my thoughts.
By the way, guys, anyone who's just joined us, I do recommend you go back and look at that. That was a piece of first-class stunt work right there. That's Hollywood shit right there. That was. Stuntmen can go on two wheels. I do tractors on two wheels.
Uh-huh. And it's your daughter's Becky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell Becky I said hi.
I will when she comes on. Yeah, guys, for anyone else who's watching this, my daughter will be probably joining us later on. Not on the game, but she'll probably be in the chats. But my daughter does not like this game. She never has. And she came on last night to join us for a bit of banter with the text messages and stuff, and she's now hooked.
Hey, farm sim's addicting.
Yes. But in saying that, guys, we will say this to you, okay? Farm sim is not for everybody. So we're just going to make that right now. Farm sim is nice and slow and it's methodical. It's relaxing, even though a lot of people think like it's not relaxing because you kind of get crops and all in.
It's done.
It is very relaxing game. Yep. So the next one then is field 9.
9?
9, yep.
9.
So we can actually cut across the fields because it's just up here somewhere.
I see 7. Oh, there it is. Across, straight across.
Yeah. So as I was saying, guys, okay, it's not for everybody. Okay, it's a very slow and methodical game. So if you like shoot 'em ups and you like first person stuff like that, or you like FIFA football, or you like Fortnite, especially Fortnite, this game is not for you. Okay? But if you like to take things easy and relax and have a bit of fun and just enjoy life, then this is the game for you. And we are the people to be watching.
Ain't it?
Because we bring the fun.
No, we brought it. We didn't bring it. We brought it. It's already past tense.
Okay, we brought the fun. Yeah, so if you're only starting out in this game and you don't know nothing whatsoever about it, you just stumbled across our live broadcast by accident because of PlayStation Live, you know something? Stay here, stay with us, start having a bit of a chat with us, and I guarantee you before our broadcast is over, which is in about 2.5 hours or thereabouts, you will know a lot about this game, or you will be like us and you will still know nothing at the end of it.
Yeah, right, exactly. No, we're willing to help out. I mean, if y'all really have questions, I mean, we don't know everything about the game, but I think for Chris and I, we've played it long enough that we have tried out most things on here. We definitely would help out if you have any questions, so don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, exactly. Amen, brother. I've actually been waiting since we started broadcasting for the last couple of days to actually say that. Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. Aaron, go, brah.
Yeah, guys, in case you don't know what's happening, I'm Irish.
Really?
And then there's...
I'm shocked.
And then Tubbfarmer is from the States. He's from Texas. But you know something? We won't hold that against him. Nobody can be perfect all the time. But I do have to kind of watch what I'm saying because he has the power to have me arrested if he wanted it. He might have to halfway trump up a bit of charges, but you know, all he needs to do is get me into a room and that'll be it. There'll be trouble. Okay, so field 18 then, brother.
Oh, straight across.
Right, so we do have a bit of banter with each other and everything else, and I need to go get more, so by the time I come back, it probably might be finished, so I'll just finish off this, what I have, and then we'll continue from there. So you will hear a lot of banter going back and forth between the two of us and stuff like that. Not all our talk will be about farming, guys, so if you're actually on with us and we don't talk about farming for a good few minutes, it's not because we don't talk, it's because we talk about everything else. This basically is what we would call a coffee shop. where people go, are you going for a coffee so we have a chat? Well, this is our coffee shop right here. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So we can have the coffee, we have a bit of a laugh, we do a bit of farming. We're in from the outside the bad weather or the nice weather, whatever the case may be at the moment, but you know, so it's all good. Life is peaceful. Life is peaceful, and then you do farming. Go figure.
Shoot, I thought it was the other way around. Life is wild and farming is peaceful.
So like I said, guys, anyone who's joined us, welcome. Hope you stay. Hope you get in on the banter. Want to ask. If we can answer, we will. If we don't, well, you can always ask the second time.
Yeah. Or a different channel.
Or different exactly.
Yeah. We may not be that channel.
But in saying that, guys, what we have coming up, okay, Saturday night on the 29th, myself and Tubbfarmer and a few of the guys from our community, we are going to be holding our very first 24-hour broadcast, okay, on FarmSim. So we hope you're going to join us for that. Stick around, get involved. If you want to join in with us on the game, playing it, just send us in the chats that you want to take part, and we will actually give you everything that you need to do, which is the password and the name of the save game and what mod you need and stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Next highest paid one would be Field 1.
1. Shoot. Oh, there it is, down there by the farm. Yep. Right.
Yeah, guys, so what we're doing at the moment is we're just doing contracts. Okay, so basically what we're trying to do is we're going to try and get enough money to actually do 3 or 4 things. One is we're going to save up to buy another harvester. We already have one on the farm, but we just feel like 2 would be better because there's a lot of fields on this map. So when we start broaden it with extra fields and stuff, instead of just having one harvester and trying to do the one job, we can actually get either doing our own harvests and a contract, or 2 can do our own harvest, or 2 can do contracts. So by having a second harvester, it just pays in the long run to do that way. We're also going to try and extend our farmyard with sheds and stuff like that. And then on top of that, then we're also going to try and look into getting our sheep to go along with the cattle that we actually bought yesterday. So that's what we planned on doing. That's why we're doing contracts, in case you're wondering what we're up to. That's what we're doing. So at the moment, we're doing a lot of fertilizing contracts because they're there and they're paying out good money. The next ones then, once we get the second harvester, that's when we can start doing a lot of harvesting contracts, which are coming up also. So going back to what I was saying. So
what he said.
On Saturday night, we are doing our 24-hour live broadcast. Okay, so we hope you get involved. So if you don't want to actually join us playing the game and you just want to join us for a half an hour to an hour, chatting with us and a few of the guys that are going to be going on, that's acceptable also. Also coming up, I think it's in about a week, maybe 2 weeks, we are going to be holding our very own version of Farm Sim League. More details will be coming on that over the next couple of days, so just keep your eyes out.
Yep. Be interesting.
So Tubbs, you want to explain or tell people what we actually done for our FSL so far to make it interesting, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I think you're pretty good at that. I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What? Because
Right,
you
guys,
know what
so-
I'm gonna say. What he said.
Yeah, what you said. Okay, guys. So what we've done on the FSL, right? FSL is Farm Sim League, right? Okay? It's another farm mode that joins Broad out. Joins the maker of Farm Sim. But what they done was it's the likes of harvesting skills and stuff like that, but mostly for harvesting. So you harvest, you make bales, and then you go sell your bales to get points, and then the team with the biggest and the most points win. But at the moment, that is all it is. It's just harvesting. So, and because it hasn't come to console yet. So what myself and Tubbs did was we went out to one of the maps. We had a talk about it. We had a discussion. So what we've done is we got 1 or 2 harvest
Give me
contracts. The very
just
same
a second,
as,
and I'll be right back. Be right back.
Right, so we've actually done 1 or 2 harvest contracts, the very same that Farm Sim League has themselves on PC. But what we also done was we decided to make a few driving events. So we've had skill driving and stuff like that with chicanes, and so it will be interesting. It'll be a bit of a laugh. If you want to take part in that, all you got to do is go over and join our community, because it is for our community, which is Superior FS Farming, and that will be coming up shortly in the next week or week and a half. We will be posting more details about it as we go along. If we can open it to the general public, because we play on console and only 6 people can play at the time, but because myself and Tubbs have to be here, we can only get 4 in. Okay, so our teams are going to consist of 2 per team. So that's something to keep your ears out for as well. Also, as we go along, we'll be getting more information out to you on that. Right, more fertilizing. Where are we going? That's too little. Okay, so field 34, which is just back this way. Yeah, so as I was saying, guys, we're doing contracts at the moment. Okay, so if you're wondering what we're up to, that is what it is. Now just give 1 second because that seems to be a bit loud. I wonder why. That would explain why. And the volume up too loud. There we go. Better. So field 6, next one. Once again, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, so this map is Osina, guys, for anyone who wants to know. It's a very weird map, and the fact that there's hardly no roadways going from one side of fields to the next and stuff like that. So trying to find these lanes can be a bit of a chore, so we are going across fields. We're not supposed to, but we are. It is what it is. We can only play as realistic as the game will allow us, because after all, that is what it is. It is just a game. It is not real life. So we have to bear that in mind. So we do try and play as realistic as we possibly can. to what the game will allow us. Like we said, it's not real life, so you're not going to have as realistic as you would have in real life. So in real life, you can't restart, you can't reset, you can't respawn your tractors if you get a cut somewhere. If you do a bad contract, you can't just cancel and then redo it again. And so this game does allow for all that kind of stuff. So to play realistic, you really have to kind of play realistic to what you think realistic is, to what the game will allow you to do. And in saying that, then you can also play unrealistic, with crazy stuff. Now you can, because we've now got the terraforming mapping forming this. What we can do is we can make really unrealistic stuff if we want. You can make ramps and stuff like that, and jump tractors across streams, cliffs. If there's a cliff in it, you just build yourself a cliff and make it. You can make yourself a pond. You can go swimming in it. You can actually drive in it. You can actually farm underneath it in some stages. So farm sim, you can do a lot of stuff. So whether you want to play realistic or not realistic, or semi-realistic, or with contracts, without contracts, with mods, without mods, with rules, without rules, this game is endless in that regards.
Yep.
Oh, you're back. For anyone who joins, guys, who want to know what that voice was, that voice is not in my head or anything.
Yes, it is.
That voice is my partner in farm, Tubbfarmer. He's like a little mouse. He doesn't say a whole lot, but he does squeak from time to time. So, okay, there's only another one really that's any high paid, so that's field 11, buddy, when you're ready.
Field 11 already?
Yeah. Yeah, all the rest of them are really not what you call great prices.
Field 11 on the other side. It's pretty small.
Of that, then it'll be down to the harvesting, so we should look into another harvester.
Okay.
Mind you, there is a potato harvester for 55,000. Oh yeah, on field 49.
49. There's not there's not a field 49.
It's up there by Wasser.
I don't see a field 49 on here.
In other words, guys, what he's trying to say is, in case people are watching going, is Tubbfarmer stupid? There is a field 49, we can see it. What he's on about is he doesn't recognize potatoes. So if I mention potatoes, or if I mention sugar beet and I mention a field and he says there is none of these on this, that's what he means. But then again, maybe he can't count up as far as 49, so maybe he literally does not see a 49. That's entirely possible also.
It is extremely possible. That way there is no 49. No, actually a potato harvester would probably be good about now, because the bonuses pay a little bit better, so that we can build that other build up enough where we can get the harvester.
Yeah. See, I knew you come around. Sometimes you do kind of see sense, you know.
I mean, I'll drive the truck and haul that stuff around everywhere I got to.
I like the way you said you will haul the truck.
Alright, so I finished up one and it still didn't finish the contract.
Then you probably left a piece in the corner or something that you missed, because I was doing that on field 4 and I nearly had to go around once, twice, the little piece that I missed just to complete it.
Field 1 or 11?
The one that you're on.
You're
You're doing field 11 at the moment, so
yeah.
yeah,
And I
you're
think
91% done.
okay. Well, that's all the field. I'm done.
There you are now, see. So now you're finished.
So you had to do the whole field on that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, so are we doing this potato harvester
Yep,
contract?
let's do it.
Alright, so we've leased out the equipment and it's up on field 49.
Ooh,
Park this tractor here and I'll run up and I'll grab the harvester or the... Okay, I've got the harvester. So guys, we're doing a potato contract on field 49. Okay, so this is going to take a while. It's not going to be one of those quick jobs where it's a 5-minute job and 2 people doing it, 1 people doing it, that kind of way. This is going to take a bit of a time. So in the meantime, what we're going to be doing is this. I will do bits of the harvest and Tubbfarmer will cart the potatoes to where we're doing. Then he will jump onto this. I will cart a bit of potatoes. When the person not carting, that person then we can go down and check on our process on our farm, such as our cows and stuff like that, so we can always keep up to make sure everything is working the way it should be. So there's always something for someone to see. Yeah, so speaking of contracts, guys, okay, we will let you know how contracts work on this game. Because it works in 2 different ways. 1, you get paid for doing the contract, okay, from the farmer, right? So whether it's spraying, fertilizing, harvesting, sowing, ploughing, cultivating, or even baling, right? The farmer will give you a wage. But there's also a second way of doing it, okay? You keep doing the same thing, so the farmer will give you the wage. Right now, up in the top corner where you'll actually see where it says the time and your funds and everything else. Up there on the top corner will actually tell you when the contract is done. So we'll say a contract on field 49 complete, or whatever the case may be. If you're doing spraying, or sowing, or harvesting, or anything like that, yes, once it says contract complete, you finish what you're doing, you go in and you collect on your contract. Now, if you're doing a harvesting contract, so when it's going, like we're doing 49 now, so it's going to be potatoes, okay? So the price on potatoes for this contract is 55,000. That's what we're going to get when this contract is over. Okay? Regardless, we get that. Now, the second part to this is, once it says contract complete, everything that's in the field won't be completed. There's still going to be product in the field. So before you come out and collect that contract, you finish the field. So finish the complete harvesting. Because what happens is that's your bonus. You also get a bonus on it. Now, depending on the crop that's in the field, or depending on how big that field is, sometimes the bonus is actually more than what you get from the farm in the first place. So this is the 55,000 contract. There is a possibility that we could get another 40,000 as a bonus. So your 55,000 contract now turned into 90,000 contract. Providing that you don't accept the complete contract straight away. You have to finish everything that's in the contract first.
Did you say 49?
I said 49, buddy.
Oh man, that's a big field. Holy crap, I should have looked at the field.
What do you think? It was going to be a small field?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. The good thing about it is I'm in the harvester, so you're okay. I don't mind. And the thing is, this is only what 20,000 of a liter capacity, so it won't be taking too long to actually fill up either, you know. So guys, we are looking at about. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not going to mess with you. This probably will be the last contract we will be doing for the live stream.
Yeah, because it'll take this whole life or a little bit longer.
Now, for anyone who's going to be watching it, right?
Because we've got about an hour left.
Yeah. So if you want us to do something, okay, that's not this. We can come back to this contract. We can go down to our farm and, you know, mess around down there. Right? We can go down, mess around down there, and not get our yard done, or we can run and do cows or whatever. Check the sheep or the chickens and stuff like that. If we want us to kind of break this contract up. But if we do that, what will happen is the next time we come onto this for our live stream again, we will continue from where we left off on this contract. So sometimes you're just better off just doing the contract and get it over done with.
I'll be right back.
Unfortunately, guys, I have to wait for Tubbfarmer to come because he's actually in the truck. And once your partner is actually in the truck, when you're doing multiplayer, you can't jump into it. So. Right guys, for anyone who wants to know, okay, so this is a potato harvester. It is a Greenway 470 tariff track. So you also have a sugar beet harvester, which is something similar, a little bit different as the header comes off it and the header is separate from the main components. And this is actually all one. You would love a spud dinner. I'm on my way. You can buy the spuds. Yeah, so this is the potato harvester, guys. The capacity is just under 10,000. So potatoes, the hopper here, this cuts the heads off the potatoes, which is the floury part. Potatoes go through the hopper, it comes in here, this cleans it as it comes along. It goes into the wagon, which is just in there. It comes out then through the conveyor belt and into your truck. And then your truck brings it off to wherever you're going to have it. Onto your plate. So basically it's coming from field to plate. That's where it's going. And like I said, I can't jump into the truck because Tubbfarmer's gone off on his daily rounds somewhere and he's in it. So guys, anyone who's watching, any questions, anything like that, I'd be more than happy to answer them if I can. Or if you just want to have a chat, drop it into the comment box and we will discuss whatever needs to be discussed. The truck is up the very top there somewhere. I just can't get into it because Tubbs is in it. So unless I run across the field and see can I kick him out of the cab, which is something for me to do, I suppose.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, the off.
Oh my god, I was half up the field about to jump into the truck because I'm full. I've been full for the last 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, hang on. He's calling me now. Here, I'll jump out of the truck.
Yes, guys, if anyone who wants to know, that is one of Tubbfarmer's officers. In case you want to know, Tubbfarmer is the chief of police in Texas.
Alright, sorry about that. That business, the police department called and we got some stuff going on, so I was having to resolve that, so sorry about that.
No worries. So do you want to explain to my viewers exactly what you do for a living?
I am a plumber. No, I'm a police officer. Moreover, I'm actually the chief of police, so I will get phone calls and get called away from time to time.
Yeah. There you are, Becky. See, my daughter's online. I'm doing the thing now, see? I do have friends in high places.
I don't know about all that. I ain't no high place. I'm just a regular old Joe. Hey, Becky, how are you doing tonight?
She said that she will love a spud dinner, so...
Alright.
She will love a spud dinner.
Potato, potato. That's the only way to go.
Well, there's no shortage of potatoes.
No, not in Ireland, I wouldn't think. If it is, we're in trouble. We're talking famine. Folks, sorry about that. I had duty calls when things like that happen, so I had to put myself on hold and take care of the PD while we're doing that. So sorry about that.
Yeah, PD guys, plumbing department.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, as they say, the buck stops. I got hung up on that tree. Hang on just a second. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I got loose.
Yes, guys, this is the reason why he's the chief of police, because he crashed too many patrol cars. They thought he was safer actually running the police department rather than helping them out.
I actually never have crashed, thank God. Okay.
I will just say one thing to you, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We haven't even done the headlines yet.
Yeah, so...
okay,
I want to thank y'all for coming out tonight. We've enjoyed it, and...
Right, Becky told me to say, I'm good, thanks, and yourself, other than listening to Chris.
I'm doing very well, thank you. Other than we're busy tonight at the police department, and unfortunately had to be called away for a minute and put it on hold where you had to listen to Chris only. But other than that, thanks for asking. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm doing great tonight. I got the grandbaby here. My oldest daughter's here, and then of course my wife, and we're having good times. The baby's happy as a lark right now. She's swinging in her tree, swinging in her. She's,
what are you doing to her?
Yeah, she's swinging in her swing, and playing with her little doll that's a mini, and so she's excited and happy. So we're all good. Life is good.
So, guys, anyone's watching, what do you do with your grandkids? You swing them out trees.
Exactly. Is it still raining outside?
Oh, it's lovely.
It's still raining, and we're good to go? Fats, I think I fixed my problem.
What's your problem?
So, remember I was telling you every time it rained, it seems like my internet dropped out or anything like that. So I went outside, and I was looking at the casing, or the housing where, you know, they put all the cabling and stuff in.
Yep.
And I was thinking, you know what, the weather strip seems kind of loose and doesn't look right or whatever. So, in my infinite wisdom, I got me some. All I had at the moment was electrical black tape, and I taped the piss out of it. And when I say I taped the piss out of it, I used a whole damn row, taping all around the edges. Because you know how it is. I mean, I was aggravated. Every time it does that, I just get so aggravated. And I taped it and taped it and taped it and used the whole damn row, right? And so here it is. We got a storm going on. It's raining. I'm still up and running. No glitches. So I think I fixed it.
Yes. So basically what he's trying to tell me in the long run is, starting from next week, cops won't be using no more handcuffs. They'll be using black tape.
Hey, let me tell you. It's either gray tape or black tape, brother, here in Texas. You take your pick.
Yep. Duct tape. You can't duck over.
No, or that electrical tape. Is it still raining outside, babe?
Mm-hmm.
See, I think that worked, because, I mean, I'm up and running. There's no problem, no issue, nothing.
Well, it's not raining hard.
Well, don't ruin my dreams. It may not be raining hard, but it's raining.
Don't rain on my parade.
Jennifer tries to, like, rain on my parade. Watch it kick my butt off here in about 2 seconds when it starts. Is it not raining hard at all, really? Yeah.
No, it's not raining hard.
Oh, okay. Alright.
What you want to do is fill a watering can, go out and throw it over.
Yeah. Hey, Kayla, can you get her mini and hand it back to her? She kicked it off.
Tubbfarmer has a daughter called Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
He has a half sister called Kayla.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Kayla's the oldest. She's 24.
23, dude.
23. She'll be 24 in November. She's 23.
Yeah. Get her right, okay? You tell him, Kayla. You tell him.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up
You're
with.
making you older than you already are.
Oh, we got 23, 20. Let's see. Nicholas is 23. He just turned 23, and then Faith 18, and Mason is 15. And then a grandbaby that is 4 months.
Faye is the girl. Faye is the girl. She's the girl that's gone to Texas Tech, is it?
That's correct. Yep.
That's one thing you hit with this harvester. It's that turn radius.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, Sean's in the house.
All right.
Right. So this is going to the grain mill.
Yeah, I saw that. If I can get it in there. That's going to be the important part.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Grandbaby ain't happy.
I don't think that trailer tips. I think that one, the back of it comes up, isn't it? So
Yeah, it does. Well, I'll have to... Even if it does, there's a way that you just get the back end of the trailer at the very edge of the building, and then you're able to upload that way.
But I noticed the central elevator. That's the one where it goes right into the building. That's the demon one. That is.
I'm not really sure.
Well, one of them goes into the center of it. So if it's the grey mill or the elevator, one
It's
of them actually goes inside the building, so you're going to have problems there.
nah. It'll be we'll get
Just
it done.
think of the straw point on PGR.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Why is she missing so much hair right there on the back of her head? Just from laying down? Oh. She's laughing pretty hard. Oh,
She'll be laughing at Pop down a second, guys, in case you want to know. That's Tubbfarmer.
mm-hmm. Do what, babe? Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go offload this.
You see, guys, I kind of half sing country and western, but Pop, he sings lullabies. Just I'll let you know that.
Yes, he does.
Right. Lullabies and nursery rhymes, so you could be falling asleep.
Alright, it's possible. Okay, where's the roadway from here? Oh, back around this way.
Yeah.
We're only halfway around our second headland. Oh my god, man.
Yeah, you picked a big field, dude.
No. Today is the day where I'm going to stand up and say, no, not happening. All I said was there is a potato contract for 55,000 on field 49. I never said we were doing it.
You misled
You were the
me.
one with the price back on. I think we're going to go down there because you'll be better off with the combine harvester and stuff like that. And I went, okay, yeah, that's grand.
Yeah, and that'll be episode
Today,
20 when we get done.
so today, that is your fault.
That's okay. I'll take it. No worries.
But in all fairness, if we hadn't done this, guys, we probably would have had to do another 3 or 4 harvesting contracts anyway. So
She don't even know. She's just doing it just to be crying. Yeah, that's right. Being a little fart.
Being a little boogie butt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I won't tell you names no more.
Alright. And when I get down here, I'll have to figure out what we're doing here. Ooh.
You don't know what to think about it, do you?
Well, surely they wouldn't have gave us this trailer if it wouldn't have fit in that meal.
you see, the thing is, that's have you noticed that all these contracts are all the same equipment? So I think they just use the contract script when they're putting in contracts.
Hmm.
So when they're they didn't really take into account what their sell points all were like. They just stuck in the script method. Okay, we have contracts on the field.
Grain meal. Oh, it is in the
Okay,
center.
guys, in case
You're
you're
not joking. I don't know if this is going to work or not.
Okay, guys, in
Oh.
case you want to know what I'm doing, right, is because there's the pole is there and this auger stays out, the pipe stays out, right, I'm just making that half moon there, so I'll be able to get around it when we're
Oh no.
harvesting. We're having problems.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. It's going to be a tight fit. Let me get around here though. I haven't got to the middle yet, so there we go.
What you might have to do is empty it just at the start, and then get a leveler, stick it on the back of the tractor, and just push it in there.
Well, I'm hung up on the edge. I got too close one way. Hang on just a second. Let me back away from it. Okay.
And I'm folded up.
Alright, give me just a second. I'm almost... There we go.
I would say we could bring up our tractor and trailer so I could have the overflow. In fact, that's what we could do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because we have that pipe on the back of our trailer, we can use that to... Oh no, we don't. No, we don't. No, that's okay. We can use this then, and then when this one is... We can use this for the overflow when you're back and
Well,
forth with the...
Let me see how this works first. Okay, yeah, it's glitchy, but we're still dumping, so we're good.
Hey, we're 4%. Wow.
It's working, so I don't know. It worked. It worked. I can't tell you
This
that it
trailer
was.
holds... This trailer holds 21,000, but the good thing about it is it does work in there as far as I know.
It does. But I'm heading that way right now. So
So what we can do is we use this tractor as an overflow.
yeah, that's fine. But it did work, so it was a little glitchy, but it worked.
You like Lilo Stitch?
Yeah. So. Yeah. No. That grain mill. That's a terrible design of a grain mill. To be honest with you.
That it is.
I like Lilo Stitch.
Texas town of El Paso. I fell in love with a Mexican girl. I would find me in Rosa's Cantina. Blacker than I were the eyes of Lovina.
I can't believe he accepted a little contract like this one.
Yeah, I should have accepted a bigger one, to be honest with you. But sure. Small ones pay out just as good as the big contracts.
Yeah, we're not going to finish this one before we're out, but it's a good payoff.
Where are we in time-wise?
Hour and a half.
1:16. So we have about an hour left. But sure, look, we'll see what we can get done. And like, if we have to, what we'll do is we will leave this contract until the next time we're onto it anyway. So we can go do something else on our farm or whatever, just to kind of suit us.
Well, there's really nothing to do. The cows are fed, chickens are good, so might as well just play it out. Get it done.
Yeah, guys, so the reason why we're doing this contract is because potatoes and sugar beet, they are slow, especially potatoes, because it's only a 3-meter header. And you can't get any bigger. At least with sugar beet, you can go up as far as 5.4 meters. So it's a fairly big header. But the payout is actually worth it, and the payout towards what we have planned on doing is what's making us do this contract. So what we're planning on doing is, we already have a combine harvester on our farm, but we want to get another one. So if our harvests are ready to harvest and we're doing contracts at the same time, we're not waiting for the contract to be finished to actually bring in our harvest. Or if we're doing our harvest, we're not waiting for our harvest to finish so we can do a contract. So we're just going to buy another harvester and have it there also. Having the two will kind of help a lot, because of, apart from the harvest and kind of stuff, if we are going to do a harvest contract and it's a fairly big field, we can use the 2 harvesters. But yeah, potatoes and sugar beet are slow.
You don't say.
I don't, I just did.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in saying that, because we do kind of play as realistic as we possibly can. So we don't do it ourselves. There are YouTubers out there who do. If I was doing my own single player, I would. If Tubbs was doing his single player, he would use the same, and that's a hired worker. So in saying that, we could rent another harvester, let the 2 hired workers go at it, and then we could just cart from the 2 and get this contract over done with. But the reason why we're not doing that, and we've been hiring double everything so far, is for one simple reason. For us to hire another potato harvester will cost us 25 grand.
Yep.
Just to hire it. So we will actually lose out on 25,000, and then of course whatever work is going to charge as well on top of that. So that's the reason why we haven't. That's the reason why we're just going to have one. Sometimes it pays to have 2 machines, sometimes unfortunately it doesn't. Now, in saying that, we are looking at roughly 40,000 in a bonus on this, as well as the 50,000 we're going to get for doing the contract in the first place.
Probably
so
more, as big as it is.
Probably. Yeah. So we could look at it that way and go, if we're going that way about it, we could release about another one of these and get it done. We just lose out on 25,000 rather lose out on any of the money we make for the contract because we'll be getting that bonus. So that 25 will come out of what we get for the bonus. So, Tubbs, what do you want to do? Do you think we should? Do you think it's advisable? It's a fairly big field. Do you think we should get another one?
Well, I mean, you cut into your profit margin pretty big. And then we'll be, remember we did that one, but we did it
Well,
once.
the thing is,
We did it once
Right.
before, and
Yeah.
we were hauling more than we were cutting. So
but like if you think about it, the only profit we probably will be cutting into is our bonus profit.
maybe, yeah. I mean, if you want to get another one, we can get another one. But you remember, we only got one truck hauler, not two.
Yeah, but we have that small trailer down there which holds 21,000.
Yeah, which is just a couple of full loads, and then you're done.
It'll hold 30,000, 31,000,
This trailer is 59,000.
59,000.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going ahead of me there? What's the story with you?
I guess I'm. Oh, that's why. I'm still glitching. Are you already yawning? This early in the evening?
I was working out today. Like running 10k is murder. Should be a law against it.
I think there is one.
But my legs are actually falling off me. And it's the same again tomorrow.
Did
Yeah,
you
if anyone was
did
watching
you
what
did
Run
you
About is,
did you complete it today?
Can she roll over yet?
I think I probably got about
Max came already.
probably about three quarters of a kilometer more than I did yesterday.
So about 4 miles.
Uh, mm, touch and go.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I've been there. I know how it feels. Because I used to run about 10 miles a day, and so I know what it takes and know what it feels like.
Oh, I tell you, I hate it, man. My strength is okay, but my cardio, non-existent.
Nah, if I could,
Which is a bad,
if the
which is a
doc,
bad thing for a gym instructor.
if the doctor would let me run, I would still run. But I can't.
Run, Forrest, run.
Yeah, I used to love running. And right now I have to hold off until my muscles and my back heal up.
To be fair, both of them are parents, like before Max. So.
So, Tubbs, speaking of, let's get back to a bit of farm chat for a second here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the new map that came out yesterday, Wilhelmina Forest? And what do you think of the mods that came out today?
I'm not impressed with any of it. I'm not a logger, so Wilhelmina is a logging map with no roads. And so, yeah, don't impress me. I saw one of the YouTubers was doing a mod review of the current mods that were out. The only thing that I saw that came out that I would use, especially since we're going to look at the 24 hour, would be the Ursus that came out, but it's only 75 horsepower. So, but I mean,
Right.
when you're kind of looking at the old classical, kind of where we're starting from zero up to something, it's usable.
All right. So, just to fill in before we continue there, right? To let people know what what we're talking about is Saturday night we're doing our 24 hours. So the way we're going to work it is myself and Tubbs. We're going to start off naturally, and then we're going to, hopefully throughout the 24 hours, we're going to have members from our community and people who are watching as well. Like, you know, that if you want to join us for a half an hour to an hour in gameplay, by all means, we will let you come in and join us. But we're going to play it as if we're two drifters. We're going to come into a place and we're going to start looking for work, which is the contracts. We're going to get enough contracts to see if we get enough money paid out so we can actually buy a field. Okay. Now, if we don't buy a field, we're going to see if we can buy a small plot of land where we can build a little farm or something for ourselves. We can't take out no loans. The only loan we can take out is the amount of what we make for the first contract. I think we said 2-3 times the price, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So, rough guess will be, let's say we had a contract for fertilizing, and that contract was $3,000. We can get 3 times that, so we can go to the bank and get out $9,000, which will bring us up to 12,000. And out of that 12,000, we can either buy a vehicle or we can buy a plot of land, and then we can work on that land ourselves as well as keep going with the contract and then go up and go up. The only problem is we cannot borrow any more money till that $9,000 is actually paid back first. Then we can get 3,000 what we have in the bank again, and so on, pay it back three times what we have in the bank, blah blah, and we keep going on that way. So that's what we're going to do, and it's going to be for the 24 hours, and we're just going to see where we end up after 24 hours of proper gameplay, where no cheating, so no fee flipping, no cheating in money, nothing like that.
Well, we might field flip a little bit on that one. I thought we could field.
Flip, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. But we can only field flip when we have the money to actually do that field flip.
Yes.
So, like what we can. So like, let's say the field is 40 grand. We start the throwing out there. Let's say the field was 40 grand, and we've only got 15 grand. We cannot borrow 25 grand to make up the 40 to field flip. We can't do that.
Well, we considered that as like the sharecroppers. So I know that some people don't see that as realistic. But there is, like in the States here, there is sharecropping where something similar to that works out. And then they pay a percentage of, that crop or whatever. There may not be a percentage, but where the payback is we give the farmland back and sell it back so we don't lose that money, but we make money. So, I mean, you could look at it like not completely honest or whatever, or on the up and up, but it is a way to make money.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Right, so that's what we're doing. But like I said, right, we can't just go to the bank and borrow 25 grand if people have got 15 grand in the bank.
No.
Right, to buy that field. We can only buy that field if we have that 40 grand in our bank account to buy that field first.
Yeah.
Then we can buy the field.
Yeah.
If we don't have
Otherwise,
money, we can't go to the bank and borrow. That's what I'm on about. Okay. So, send them the vehicles. Okay, we can't buy vehicles if we don't have the money and stuff like that. So what Tubb's saying about the little Ursus, okay, which I'm going to show you there now, and then Tubb's going to show you on his now. In fact, I'm just going to stop here for a sec, and that's what I'm going to do, and then Tubb's going to do the same thing on his side. Okay.
Give me just a sec if you can get
it's in the small tractor, right? It's in the small tractor, right? This is what we're on about, okay? It's this little orange one, and then this red one here. These are the Ursus. This little orange one is one that came out today. Now, what we're looking at is it's only 75 horsepower, which is a very, very small horsepower tractor. It's not really going to do a whole lot for you. But the thing is, if you were to go down here, you have your front loader tractor. So you can now put a front loader on this. If you do that, that's fine, so they can get loaders as well. The price is now only 36,000. So for 36,000, you have a nice little tractor with a front loader attacher, and that's how you start off. Off that way, or if we want it, we can actually lease that out for 1,800 and keep it for a couple of days till we have enough money in the bank to actually pay out. And that's what we're going to do. So So the only high-powered tractors that we will be using are the ones we get for the contracts. But for us personally, all the only tractors and machinery that we can buy and use is the old stuff. Right, so if we're going to join for 24 hours and you think we're going to start buying John Deere's at 9 hours and 9 stuff like that, no, it's not going to happen. We're going to go in with nothing, okay? And when I say nothing, I mean literally nothing. No money in the bank, nothing. And we're going to see exactly where we end up 24 hours after we start, just to see what kind of gameplay you can do within 24 hours when you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
So this kind of stuff will be happening. So I know myself and Tubbs was talking about that before, and yes, I like sugary contracts because they're big payouts. Only problem is it takes too long to do them, and Tubbs don't like them. Tubbs likes his cotton harvest and stuff like that. Right? So the only problem with cotton harvest that I have something against is there's no bonus on it. So sometimes you have to give and take to actually work it. But we have decided, I think, we were talking about it, that the two contracts that we're not going to be doing is the potato sugar contracts because it takes too long. Like what the name of our game is to be able to get as much money in as fast as we can to start building our farm. And if we're going to spend about 2 or 3 hours doing a cotton harvest or a potato harvest, well, that's 2 or 3 hours that we could have been using to get 5 or 6 different kind of contracts. That's the reason why we're not going to be doing potatoes. Now, if we come across a small field of potatoes, like let's say a field, I don't know, field 2, which is a small field, yeah, we'll do something like that. But it won't be a big massive field like it is. So anyone who's watching, if you're wanting to join us on this journey, by all means, you're more than welcome to come over and give us a hand and join in with us and have a bit of fun and a bit of the banter, get to know us. We're also going to use it as some kind of 24-hour Q&A. So if you have any questions to ask us or you want to get to know us personally, you can ask them in the message and stuff like that.
Alright, I'm coming.
So I'm using that small little tractor and trailer for overload as well. So like it's handy because like I'm not waiting for you to.
Well, the problem is trying to get turned properly. It's not as easy as it looks. Alright, I'm hung up for sure now. Okay.
I'm just wondering, right, on that grey mill, because it's an awkward situation to do, if having a conveyor belt system would probably work better.
I don't know.
You'd have the conveyor belt outside and then unload outside and let the conveyor belt drop it into the sell point.
Probably.
Where's DJ Goham when you want him? He'll do that kind of stuff as a test.
So I gotta unhook, push it around, and then rehook or reattach to it, and then I can, yeah, there we go. Now I can move forward. So it's a tight fit. I mean, I can do it. It just, by the time you fill up, that's what the problem is.
So what if you actually, can you not actually reverse into it instead?
I probably could, and be a lot better. I'll do that next go around. Oh, this glitching is getting on my nerves.
Okay, so anyway, continue what we're talking about 24 hours. Okay, so anyone who wants to join us, two things you need to be aware of. One is we do religious tournament as we can, as we've been saying all night. The banter is there, as you can hear. We do have the banter.
I'll be right back.
But what we do is it's banter with the utmost respect for each other. And so for anyone who is going to join, just keep that in mind. You can have the banter with us, and we'll have the banter with you. But everything you say to us and we say to you, we'll have a bit of it's done with respect. All right. Second thing, we do broadcast. Okay. So if you are going to join us, you have to be mindful of that, and to be and allow us to. So you'll have to set your mic and all to have to be loud for your voice not to be heard over the broadcast. Okay. Also, because we are broadcasting, you need to be mindful of the music you're playing in the background because of YouTube strikes and stuff like that. And here comes Tubbs flying as fast as he can. It was like a bat out of hell he was coming around a bend up there. Oh. As I was going over, think I can carry mountains. I'm never Captain Farrell and the money he was counting. The first which is my raper, the dance which is my business. Like for my daddy-o, like for my daddy-o, whiskey in the jar. Okay guys, just like all that also, like I said, we do kind of broadcast every night, okay, so we're not professional YouTubers by any means whatsoever. We don't really have the aspirations to be professional YouTubers, but we do try not to bring good quality content. Now, of course, we don't know if it's good or if it's quality until you put in the comments and have a chat to us and let us know what we're doing wrong, what we can do better. But like I said, we're not professional YouTubers, so you are going to hear silences, you're going to hear pauses, you're going to hear the hims and the hums and the mms. Until we actually get to the stage where we know what we're doing, and because we don't edit and we don't skip and we don't jump start and we don't time lapse, you're going to hear all these. The reason why you don't hear all these hims and hums out of all these YouTubers is because they do edit all that out. For most YouTubers, what you see for a half an hour, it could be about a 4 or 5 hour video just to get that half hour in. And that's what we do. The only difference with us is our 2.5 hours is live 2.5 hours. It's here, it's there in front of you. So you're going to see everything, you're going to hear everything, our hims and hums, you're going to hear kids in the background, you're going to hear us in the background, you're going to hear cats and dogs, you're going to hear whatever that you're going to hear. because it's live. Yeah, Vicky, you're so right. Way too much time on our hands. That's the worst thing about as I was saying earlier on, guys. With contracts, uh, potatoes and sugar beet are probably the two longest contracts you can do, depending on the size of the field. Even if it's a small field, it's going to take long. But if you got a big field like this, it takes forever. But the payout is worth it now. Not when you're doing live streams, probably because it's so boring for people to look at and stuff like that, which we can understand as well. But we have a kind of a goal in mind, and that's the reason why we're doing it. And the goal that we have is to get enough money to buy another combine, and then of course to get our yard ready, buy a sheep pen and get sheep in and stuff like that. Once we have all that done, then I don't think we will be doing any more potatoes or sugar beet contracts. So I think this will probably be the only one and the last one that we will be doing, especially on this map. We do potatoes and all contracts on our other maps. The only problem is what we do is we do it off camera or something like that. But yeah, it's a long, boring contract. So we have to say one thing to you: thank you from the bottom of our hearts for sticking with us, because like we said, it's we broadcast, so we broadcast for 2.5 hours, right? Yes, so we don't jump start, we don't time lapse, we don't make things as exciting as other YouTubers do. What you see is what you get, and sometimes it's funny, sometimes it isn't, sometimes it's full on, sometimes it isn't, sometimes the banter is full on, sometimes it isn't, sometimes there's talking, sometimes there ain't. What you see is what you get. It's like currency. What's on the tin is what you get on the tin. But in saying that, we do try and make our content exciting and stuff like that. Plus, it's not all about farming where myself and Tubb talk. We talk about, as you already heard, we talk about family, we talk about our jobs, we talk about what we do in daily life with exercises or whatever, and that's just where we are. Yeah, guys, so, as we were saying, this isn't the only map we do. We also have a Meadow Grove, which is our small map, let's say. That should have been on yesterday, but we didn't get the chance to do it, so we done Osina. Today then should have been Peterville, but we didn't do it, we done Osina. But tomorrow it is going to be either Meadow Grove, or it will be Primasovo, which is a Polish map also. It's a map of bigger, massive fields. They're longer fields, they're more wide open. So you will see us with bigger equipment than we actually use here. And then on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, we have our community map, which is Pacific Northwest, which is the map where we use massive equipment, like the Big Bud and Big John Deeres and stuff like that. that didn't really empty a whole lot. And I did enough for Tubbs to come up to me, which is the main thing. Like we say, guys, Tubbs, he's a policeman, he's the chief of police, so he will be, like he's still driving around, but he's actually on the phone. So if you don't hear him talking in the background, I'm saying this now for Tubbs viewers more than anyone else, because my viewers can actually hear me talking. So if Tubbs don't talk, guys, it's not because he doesn't want it. It's because he's a policeman and he's the chief of police, and he's fairly busy tonight. That he has to have his phone on him the whole time, so his police officer can get hold of him. So if he does go quiet, guys, it's not because he doesn't want to talk to you. It's because he's on the phone and it's private stuff and stuff like that. So please keep that in mind. So if you are watching him and he's not doing nothing, don't turn him off. Don't leave his channel. Just keep going. Just keep watching. There is a good reason for him not speaking. And speaking of channels, guys, if you like what you see, like we said earlier on, we're not professional YouTubers. We're just two guys who actually love playing farm sim, and my daughter will actually contest. I'm always on it. So we do love this game. So we do play it and then we broadcast, but we're not professional by any means, right? So just keep that in mind. But if you like what you see, please hit those subscribe buttons. My channel is Chris Larkin, and Tubbfarmer is Tubbfarmer. So hit those subscribe buttons, hit those like buttons, and we would appreciate it. Also, smack in the comments there, guys. How do you think we can make our channels better? Or if you just like what we do, and you don't want us to change anything, put that in the comment box also.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. PD called again.
You're okay. I was listening to your viewers there, white, so you're okay.
Yeah, sorry. Business first.
Yeah, so I would just explain to our viewers there about our channels and stuff like that. So I was just about to I'll talk about our community if you want to have a chat with that.
Oh, yeah. So we're console players. We're PS4. We have a community. It's called Superior FS Farming. Make sure to come check us out. If you like what we're doing here, what we do on our broadcast is pretty much similar to what our folks on our community do. They're realistic. Some of them are realistic, I would say. I don't know personally, but realistic to sim farm playing. And if this is kind of like-minded like us, then make sure to check us out and join our community. We have folks that post their single player pictures and things of that nature. We also got some that join us on our multiplayer. Typically on the weekend, it seems like we get most of our community members involved on the multiplayer. But come check us out and see what you think and join us. And on top of that, make sure to come check out our channels. I'm Tubbfarmer, and my farm buddy here is Chris Larkin, is his channel. And make sure to hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and we just hope what you are viewing is resonates with you a little bit and what you like. And like I said, we're more realistic farming. We don't do cheats or anything like that. We do our own work. We don't hire workers or anything like that. That's kind of that is our genre, if you will. And we're pretty much firm on our ideal about how we're going to operate our channels. So what you're seeing today is what you're going to see in the future, and we're going to continue in that path. And if that's what you like, man, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and tune in to us. We pretty much broadcast pretty much for much of the week. We try to every day, but we are working men, and we are family men, so family and work definitely come first above all. And but if our schedule permits, we'll be broadcasting just about every day when we can. But we appreciate you tuning in.
Oh yeah.
And we're doing this, and Chris can tell you this. We're folks. We're not even future long term. We are not looking at this. Both of us, Chris and I, both have stable jobs. We're working men. We make a living, and this is not something we're doing to get monetized and become these big YouTubers or anything of the such. We're doing this simply because we love this game. We want to, together as partners, we want to share our experiences and pass it along to you. And that's why we are on YouTube and doing this. And plus, honestly, we're looking to expand our community a little bit. Is why we originally started this, and we're going to continue to do this. Our goal is to build up a very large, interactive, active community. And when I say active and interactive community, we want folks that have the same thought process as us, that are really into posting pictures, doing multiplayers, building friendships, something along those lines, if you will. So that's what we're doing it for, and that's actually the whole idea of us hatching the process of doing. Okay, I'm full. Hatching this idea of doing broadcasting. That's what this is about. It's just we're looking for other people that are interested in farm sim. Not just 19. We've got 17 players. There may be even some 15 players out there. That's fine with us. We don't care. We're all about farming simulator. That's what we're about on PlayStation 4, because we're console players. And sharing your experiences on the community. So that's what we're all about. So I don't know if you got anything else to add to that, but kind of long. Yeah. Oh, god dang, the third or fourth crash. I lost count. Anyway, that's what we're doing this for.
Yeah. So like as we both kind of reiterate that it's watching watching the way we play. Okay, is not the same as watching the likes of Darwin or DJ Goham or anything like that, because they don't live stream as much. What they do is they video record them and then they edit it. So they can make their 40-minute or 20-minute video look really exciting and stuff like that. It's because they edit. But like they still play for about 4 or 5 hours just to make that half-hour video. But they edit out all the really good stuff that happens, and they edit out all their hims and hams and their breaks and their, well, like their family stuff, as Tubbs was standing there with his grandchild crying in the background, and him on the phone to his police officers and stuff. These guys would edit all that out, but we don't. We give you what we give you, which is the way we decided we were going to do this, which is if we were going to do broadcasting, it was live broadcasting. And if the broadcast was 2 hours, it was 2 hours. If the broadcast was 2.5 hours, it was 2.5 hours. Like myself and Tubbs, we have broadcast with a few of our members for 4 or 5 hours. And that's just the way we are. But that's what you get from us. You actually get the live broadcast. So you get all the silences. You get all the crashes. You get all the hems and hums. You get all those pauses. You get all the ambient noise, which is what happens in the background. Because it's live. It's real life. So we try and farm as if we're realistic players. That's the reason why you don't hear any music in the background, because, well, YouTube strikes and stuff like that. That is why every now and again you will hear Tubbfarmer singing you, or I will sing.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. That's our style. That's our genre.
Exactly. And as Tubbs did say, we do it because we enjoy it. Yeah. If we didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't be doing this. There ain't no way in hell we would be broadcasting every night for 2.5, 3 hours. But we enjoy it, so that's the reason why we do it.
Yep. We actually like this. And we don't make no money off of this. And we don't intend to. I mean, we've got... Okay, I'm floating.
You're floating?
Let me get a picture of this. Okay, I'm at...
And I'm not emptying for some reason. Now I am. What? I had to get out of the tractor just to empty? Oh, no, that's not good.
Alright, and I'm on my side now.
Okay. What is our broadcast time? 1:57. Okay, guys, normally we will actually go about 2.5 hours anyway, so we will be going for another half hour or so. And so if anyone's still watching us and everything else, thank you for joining us. That's, like, without you, as we said the other night, you do really make our 2.5 hour broadcast go a lot quicker since you actually start joining in and commenting and stuff like that. We love to answer your comments, and like it makes us have something to talk about. Plus we can talk to you also. So we hope you keep doing that for us. So normally then we do for about 2.5 hours. So if you have anything else to talk to us about, please do.
We lost the trailer.
And I'm gonna ask where you lost it.
It's in the roof of the barn.
Okay, then you're just gonna have to reset it.
You can't, because it's a borrowed item.
No, you can reset it.
Okay. I'm trusting you on this.
You can reset it.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, you can reset it if you find it. If you can't find it, we're in trouble.
So far, nope. Oh, I got it. You're right. Lucky. That was lucky.
Good tune, that. Kylie Minogue. I should be so lucky.
That was interesting. So I backed into it that time, like I said I would. And it just literally... And I unhooked because it took my truck up in the air. And I'll show you the pictures later. We'll put it on the community post. But it literally lifted it up in the air once it let down the trailer. You know how it lifts? And I unhooked, and then it threw my truck on the side, and I got the truck upright, and then I backed up underneath it, and the trailer was attached to the roof of the barn. So, yeah. We know not to get these kind of trailers, yeah.
Which, see, I think no matter what trailers you're going to get on this map, that grain silo that you're in is always going to cause us problems
Yeah,
unless you get the trailer that pushes outwards rather than tips.
Yeah,
Tipper is going to.
yeah. So like the trailer that we currently have, we own, is fine because you can tip to. Oh god dang! Crash number 7. Because you can tip it to the left, or right, and so we're fine with that. But like these big trailers, no go.
Yeah, like if you were going to do it, you would need to at least trailers such as the AgroLiner Tall 30, the TAW 30, because they actually push rather than tip.
Yeah. But the tippers that'll go to the left or right are fine too, as well. So, so if we actually had 2 more trailers that was what we have that we own, you would be fine. Are you trying to square it off? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I'm just like I find that by going back and forth like this, I'm getting a lot more than trying to go back up and down. Plus, I'm trying to kind of keep things interesting for our viewers also, so they're not getting, I don't know, tunnel vision just by going round in circles.
Tunnel vision? I haven't heard that in a long time.
I don't know. Wait, what are you doing?
You said keep it interesting. I'm keeping it interesting.
Yeah, guys, like we said, this is what you see, okay? This is how we play. That is the reason why we apologize for doing this contract. It's not because we didn't want to do this contract, and I know we shouldn't have done this contract when we're doing a live broadcast.
No, I think
but there's a reason. There's a reason why we're doing this contract. We have a goal, and we just thought that by doing it, we would explain to you what our goal was. And then we're like, yeah, sure, look at why not?
You know what, folks? I'm not gonna. Yeah, I was fixing to say I'm not gonna apologize. You know, you either like what we do or you don't, and this is what we do. This is what you really do in Farm Sim. And I know that, you know, it may be mundane and it may take a long time to do this, but if you want to sit around and listen to the banter and stuff, that's what we're about. We're having a good time. Chris and I farm. I can't even tell you how many hours we farmed together. You know, he's stayed up into the wee hours to where the sun came back up, and I've stayed up late early morning hours, and just us chatting and farming and discussing either ideals or about different mods or maps or what equipment works, what equipment doesn't work. That's what it's all. That's it, yeah, or just life in general. And so, you know what? That's what this is about. This is the whole game. You can't. I don't care if you have cutouts, cut-ins, whatever you want to call all that stuff, film cuts, different versions
jump
of it.
cuts.
Yeah, jump cuts, whatever they are. This is what Farm Sim is about. It is not a fast-paced game. It is time-consuming. And if you love this game, then you're going to have the patience to understand why we do what we do. So, taking this contract is going to make us some money. It's not going to be done today. It may take us another episode or 2 to get it really done. But you know what? That's okay, because that is Farm Sim, and that's what this is about. And so, if you like what we do, you want to learn a little bit and try different things, and just, you know, even if you want to watch, it's like Chris said earlier, if you want to watch 15 or 20 minutes of what we're doing, and you know, you kind of had enough of that, that's okay too. We're not going to be offended by that. It doesn't bother us one bit or another. Watch what parts of the video that you want to watch. If you want to chime in and ask a question when you do, and you only ask 2 questions and then you're out, that's okay too. We don't mind. We're here just for the fun of the game and enjoy it. We do value, though, people that tune into us and give us a little chat or ask us some questions, we will. I promise you this: the way Chris and I are, if you come in and ask us something, we'll answer it. It doesn't matter how simplistic it is. Even if you just now bought the game today and you don't know nothing about it, and you want to ask the most simplistic questions, to you want to ask some more advanced questions, and if we've dealt with it in this game, or 17 or 15, and I think Chris has even went back to 13. I go back to 15. Anything that we learned from this game, we will share with you in a heartbeat. It doesn't. We just want to share our experiences in this game and pass it on to other farm sim enthusiasts. So that's what this is about. That's my opinion on that.
Well,
So,
another thing, right, that I'm going to say, we like what we've said, we've kind of touched on this base a few times in other broadcasts. So if you actually go, now we've only started 2 weeks, I think it is. 2 weeks ago is what we started on our broadcast. And we have 14 videos or whatever that we have out there. Some are great, some aren't. Some we got a good few looks, some we haven't. So like what we said, we're not professional YouTubers. We don't mind that. We didn't start this to get into that kind of, like, we had already started broadcasting or talked about it before we even had. And I think I was ready to broadcast and I couldn't. And I was asking Tubbs why, and he was like, because you haven't got to set up the YouTube. So I had to go set it up for YouTube. So it's not like this is what we wanted. It's not. We wanted to broadcast, so this is what we had to do to actually start doing that. But going a little bit further, what I was going to say is, this game, right, it's a very slow game, like we said earlier on. Right, it's not fast, it's not a shooter up, it's definitely not Fortnite, okay, which is a crazy game and stuff like that. Right. But the one thing that I've found is now, as my daughter, who has been common for the last 2 nights, who don't like farming, who do not like farm sim whatsoever, and I'm delighted that she's coming on just to see what we do. But as she will contest, I was always about FIFA. Always. It was FIFA. Okay. And then I found this. It was my nephew found this game. He didn't like it. I got it on 13. Loved it. Been playing it ever since. I have played Call of Duty and everything else, and I have played FIFA Online. I've played Call of Duty Online. And unless you actually start off with the same people that you start off with, when you get killed and you go back into your game, I always found that I'm with different people. I'm not with someone long enough to actually get to know them. On this, I got to know quite a few good friends by playing Farm Sim. And in the real life, and I'm going to say this out now, and he's here, he's playing with me, he's been playing with me for the last couple of months.
no, longer than that.
I don't think in the real life, okay, that myself and Tubbfarmer would have been friends.
Yeah.
Okay. Even if I lived in the States or he lived in Ireland, we could have lived in the same town, we could have been neighbours. I don't think we would have been friends because we would never got to know each other. We met playing Farm Sim, we met online doing a multiplayer, and we have been friends ever since.
Mm-hmm. It's just as simple as that.
And that is what it is. For us, Farm Sim isn't a game. It's something like, the best way I can do this is going back to not so long ago, you had pen pals, where you had people writing to each other 3 or 4 times a week, sending letters back and forth, and that kind of way. Then you had people on the phone, and they'd be ringing long distances trying to keep in contact with their friends. That's what this is. To me, that is what Farm Sim is. I could be here doing nothing. I could be watching TV or something, and Tubbs could be home from his lunch. The first thing we do is we send each other a party invite. And we could be talking for the whole of his lunch about anything,
Mm-hmm.
or just about nothing. That's just the way it is. And then he'll come home and the first thing he'll do is he'll send me a message going, I'm going online, do you want to play a bit of farm sim? The answer is definitely yes. Like what we talk about each other, like how our day was, like what we done during the day and stuff like that. And like what we got to know each other. I mean, like I got to know his wife, I got to know his kids, all through farm sim. And that's what it is, guys.
Mm-hmm.
To us, farm sim isn't a game. It brought us together as the friends, and that's what it is. So, if that's the kind of game that you want, where you actually come across people where you want to start a friendship rather than just play a game for 5 seconds, get killed, join again, get killed, farm sim is the way to go, guys. And we're more than happy to talk to you in your comments. If you want to join in with our games, we're more than happy to say yes. So, like, don't look at farm sim as just another game, because we don't.
No.
I know I kind of rambled on a bit there.
No, you're good. I mean, I think that was well said. I mean, it's true. You and I have developed a very good, strong friendship, and in as much, I'll tell y'all this much. So my wife and I have always talked about going to Ireland because I'm half Irish, and my wife wants to go to Ireland just for the simple beauty of the country there. And so I talked to Chris for a little while, and then we actually got to know each other, in as much that we got to know each other's history and all about our lives, just like how anybody develops a friendship. To where now, this next year, when we do go to Ireland, we're going to hook up with Chris. He's going to show us the ins and outs of Ireland and take our friendship to a whole other level, to where even Chris has even said, okay, y'all come to Ireland, I'll show you around, but when I come to Texas, you got to show me around and take me to a shindig. And so,
well, okay, guys, for anyone over here, right, y'all know, like you know what I'm on about, right? What we call a really nice party, whatever, we call a shindig. In the States, it probably would be a good old-fashioned hoedown.
Or a shindig. We call them shindigs around here too. So, and see where Chris and I really share a common ground is, as a young adult and a young man, he worked on a farm and enjoyed that kind of farm life. My family, if I had got into farming instead of law enforcement, I would have been a 5th generation farmer. And so we shared our experiences, and of course my heritage also was a way that we could connect and talk about, different lifestyles and things, from my Irish grandparents to his
Becky just said to me to tell you, and keep him in Texas, please, and thank you.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, if Chris gets to Texas, I'm scared he's going to stay as much as he loves the country life. So, but because of my grandparents being Irish, and then he being raised, nearly 100% Irish, we get to talking about our grandparents and the similarities between his grandparents, my father, and things of that nature. We were able to share some of the, even though we're 10,000 miles away across the ocean, the similarities in how we were raised and how our grandparents and that whatnot and our parents thought in the process is how we were raised is insane. And so we were able to connect in that way. And so, I agree with Chris when you say Farm Sim is a great game, but it's also another way to connect. This is what this is about, y'all. And I think that's awesome. I don't think there's any other way that to describe it, is that it's not just a game, it's a way to connect with other people. And Farm Sim to me, so, and Chris and I even talked about this. Farm Sim probably on a, if you want to talk about a YouTube level. Farm Sim is not going to be something equivalent to some of these other games where they've got 1,500,000, with the exception of Daggerwin. And we talk about some of these YouTubers, and no discredit to them. They've earned their right. They've earned those subscribers, and well respected. I respect them in their own right in what they do. But Farm Sim doesn't have a huge following, and the more people that get interested in Farm Sim, that's what we're about. We want to get you fired up about the game. It's kind of like Chris's daughter. She's not really into Farm Sim, but she jumps on here and checks it out, and then listens to me and Chris banter back and forth, and gets tickled at us. And so if you can even at least do that, if you're not even interested in the game and you jump on here and give us a little bit of hell, so be it. I don't care. We're having fun anyway. So it's just about connecting people, and I think that's really unique as opposed to other games, in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a professional YouTuber or I'm not even a professional gamer for that fact. I'm all about Farm Sim. I pretty much stick to Farm Sim. I play other different games with my kids. I play Red Dead Redemption 2, and I've played Fallout 4. I've played some of the sports games, kind of like Chris. And I've never been a Call of Duty. That's the shoot 'em up and bang 'em up. But the kids will want me to jump on and play Fortnite with them from time to time, which I do not like Fortnite. I'm a what does the kids call me? I'm a trash player. So and that's fine. But I do it for the kids. If they want me to have join in a game and I suck at it or whatever, they just like having somebody on with them to play with, I'm gonna do it. So that's just me. But Farm Sim to me, because here's the thing, y'all. We've got some fantastic YouTubers that are out there putting out some product for Farm Sim. You've got Daggerwind, you've got Arthur Chapman, you've got DJ Go Ham, Farmer Men, Jim Bob, you've got Golf Cart Jockey, you've got FS Club, Mr. Seeley P. So you've got several folks out there that have earned their right, and I respect those guys. I watch a lot of them. I have some that are more favorite to mine. Virtual Farmer. I'm going to tell y'all right now, if anything, you hear anything, y'all jump on there and subscribe to that man. He is awesome in my book. I really like him. Down-to-earth guy. He really cares. Not that the others don't, but just in my opinion, he really worries about his subscribers. He makes sure to answer you, get you engaged. I really like that about him. And he's just a genuine family guy. He's got young children.
2 twins.
Yeah, and so he is all right in my book. So y'all go check them out and look at each one of them. I think Chris had told you earlier, he gives you a different genre of each one of those. But if you want something similar to what we're doing, we really compare ourselves to Virtual Farmer. He jumps in there and he just goes to farming. He's not about cheats. He will start a farm from scratch and work it all the way up to he completes however he wants the completion to start to finish. He works it from beginning to end and finishes it that way. And that's the way Chris and I are. We started out, it's slow going. It may take us 100 episodes, but we're going to start it and we're going to finish it in the same fashion that we began it. So anyway, that's my spiel.
Our Meadow Grove, right? Our Meadow Grove map that we play, okay? We've only just started right now making a profit where we can actually buy the extra fields. But we've already got something like 80 hours on that.
Mm-hmm.
Of just slow grafting of what we make is what we make, contracts and stuff like that. But as we said already, guys, okay, we're not playing this to make big crazy, because if you want to make crazy amount of money in farm sim, yeah, you can. You just do the government cheat and you can rake in 99.999999 million, nearly $1 billion. I think you're one euro away from $1 billion you can make. But you didn't make it. You cheated in. Okay. But in all the hours, right? In all the hours that we played, it's not about the fact that we spent all these hours playing farm sim and everything else. We don't look at it that way. We look at, we worked on our friendship.
Yeah. All
these hours. The game was just there to connect us. It was a friendship that we actually done. Like, even though as Tubbfarmer to say already, guys, that we're something like 10,000 miles apart. It doesn't feel like we're 10,000 miles apart. We just feel like we're down the road from each other.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I can just come out of my house, walk down the road, and walk into Tubbfarmers. That's the way it is. It's not because like we're that kind of friends. It's because we got to know each other so well in that short spells of time. I just feel like that I could knock on his door tomorrow morning, and if he wasn't there, his wife Jennifer or his kids will actually invite me in to sit down for a cup of tea or coffee. That's where we are.
No copy Luwak though.
Oh no copy Luwak.
No,
Cash and coffee. Nah. It's too expensive.
No. You come to my house and your ass is getting Folgers. That's it.
But guys, that's just the way it is. I mean, like, that's what farm sim does to you. Okay, so if you want to have a meaningful friendship with people and stuff like that, farm sim is the way to go.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's a really, really slow game. As you can see, guys, we've been on this now for the last 2.5 hours probably, and we're still doing the same field. And that's how slow this game can be.
Well, yesterday's stream, you got 2 or 3 contracts done, and in that 2 or 3 contracts, it took me that time to knock down all those trees, and then we got cows.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean, but that's what it is. That's the realism of this game. There's nothing fast, and it takes time.
Exactly, I agree.
You know, so I don't know. I'm proud of the fact that, you know, this is our genre and this is what we stick to. So no worries here.
Yeah. Oh no, that's it. That's what it's all about. It's so, guys. As I said, most of our streams go about 2.5 hours, so we've got about 8 minutes left. So, in this 8 minutes, we are now just going to take the time to say thank you to everybody who joined in, who was watching us. Thank you to everybody who stayed with us to listen through the last 20 minutes of what we just rambled on about what France have been doing with friendships and stuff.
Thanks, Becky.
I need my daughter telling Tubb to keep me in Texas. I mean, but like that's it is. I mean, like what we do usually commenting and getting involved in it, we wouldn't be able to have that kind of chatter and banter we use either, and that's what we want. So from myself, like we always say, okay, so come on, check out our channels. Okay, mine is Chris Larkin. My Tubbfarmer friend is Tubbfarmer. Check it out. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Hit it so hard that it's going to give you a restraining order. On top of that, then go and check out our community, okay? Because our community has the very same kind of like-minded people that we are ourselves, okay? And that is Superior FS Farming, PS4 edition, okay? Go and check it out. You don't have to stay as a member. Just go and check it out. Talk to a few of the guys over there. Like, they're all more than happy to chime in the same way as we were. And also, don't forget, next Saturday night we will be having our 24-hour our 24-hour broadcast. If you want to get to know us more than you already do know us, that is the day to get involved. Okay, come on to it, check us out, do a few more comments, or if you have the game and you want to join in and play with us, we're more than happy to say yes. Just put in the comments. We will get back to you and give you all the passwords and everything else that you would need. So, in saying that, from myself, okay, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been joining in for especially the last 2 weeks. You're fantastic. Without you, we wouldn't be able to keep doing what we're doing. And for myself, I'm going to finish off with what I always say. Anything that you see me do wrong in this game, the leprechauns made me do it.
Well, and I'm like Chris. I will say thank you, everybody, for tuning in to us. I know we didn't have much chat tonight, but Becky, thanks for tuning in to us and trying to keep your dad in line while he's online. I know that in and of itself is probably a tough job, but I'm doing what I can up here on my side. With that being said, we do appreciate everybody that's tuned in to us and checking out our videos. We appreciate you. This is what we do it for. You may have not commented, but at least you checked us out, and we value that. And with that being said, I'm Tubbfarmer. That's my YouTube channel, and my farm buddy is Chris Larkin. Go to our channels, hit the like button, subscribe to us, tune in to us. We'll be here just about every day of the week, as life permits us to, whether it be work or family that we may have to miss out on from time to time. But we will try to be here just about every day and do a live broadcast. Also, check out, we are console players. Go check out our PS4 community. We are Superior FS Farming. We have like-minded individuals in our community. They do single players and do pros. Chris does a great job. He's the owner of the community and does a great job of keeping up with our farm sim news. He also keeps us updated with whatever mods are in the pipes or about to be released or have been released, and updating the community. And so it's a great way to, if you're a console player, to make sure that you're up to date with all the new mods and news that are coming down the way. So if you're interested in that, we are the community that you need to be a part of. We are a very active community. We've got several members that continually post every day, and we are in our infancy stage. I know that we're pretty young. We're only a couple of months old. We've got about 19 members right now. Come and join us. Get interactive and get hooked up with the latest and greatest news. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in to us and viewing us, and we appreciate it. Y'all have a great night, and as I always say, farm on. Keep farming on. And with that, you'll have a great night, and we will see you the next time, which will be tomorrow. I don't know what map we're going to be on, but we will be here tomorrow.
Same time, same farm channel.
That's it, and have a great night.